It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Erika Jane, Erika Girardi, Erika Chahoy, whatever you want to call her, we're back to talk about her. So obviously we know that The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11 is now premiering, and this has been one hell of an entrance, just to say the least. Guys, I don't know who you're following the most or what you're most interested in, but as far as our newbies for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think they're killing it. Kathy Hilton with her bottoms up and just chugging martinis out of nowhere. If this is how the rich elderly do it, and she's not elderly, but the rich, just the rich, I guess. I'm not elderly or rich, so just the rich. If this is how the rich do it, I'm curious to see more. I want to know what this Kathy Hilton life is like. Not to mention Crystal Kung-Minkoff joined the cast, and she's coming in like a little fireball. And when I say like a fireball, she's not taking anybody's shit, which I like, and she's coming in to let people know she comes from a different walk of life, just like all of the women. They all have their different journeys and where they come from, what they're doing and what they've done. And she's also not afraid to show that. Actually, she was trying to share a personal experience with Kyle Richards and Sutton Strack on this past week's episode when the women took a cast trip to Lake Tahoe. And when she's telling about her personal experience, Sutton cut her off. Not only did Sutton cut her off, but Sutton was like, no, we're not going to do this. Now, Sutton has since issued an apology just saying, now looking back, I want to do better. I want to be better. I know what I did was wrong, and I shouldn't have taken that experience away from Crystal. I should have let her speak on what she was speaking on, and I should have just left it at that. But that's not what she did. Now, you guys know that I really like Sutton. I enjoy Sutton. I've done my interview with her before, and I'm sure we'll have her on in the future. I think that she totally jumped the gun in that moment. I think that she cut off Crystal before Crystal was done talking. And to be fair, everyone wants to know, don't you think Crystal was a little relentless when she said to Sutton, oh, so tell me you're not one of those girls who doesn't see color. Are you one of those girls who doesn't see color? And she was relentless and she kept going. But you also have to think in her feelings, in her mind, she was just trying to give a personal experience that Sutton cut her off of. So if she is being relentless or being repetitive, I can kind of see why. Now, this video is not about Sutton Strack, Kathy Hilton, or Crystal Kung-Minkoff. I just wanted to celebrate them for just 2 minutes. Again, we are back to talk about Erika Girardi and what exactly is going on with her. Obviously, we know, unless you've been living under a rock, that Erika Girardi filed for divorce back in October, and everything has been crumbling down ever since. And when I say that, I mean her divorce, her husband's law firm, their assets. The home has now been liquidated. It's for sale, the Pasadena mansion. The cars are gone. The private jet's being liquidated. And now they want Erika Girardi's own personal assets, like her jewelry, her designer bags, whatever she has, they want it because there's over $40 to $50 million owed to victims of Girardi and Keese, allegedly. And this $40 million has to come from somewhere. Now, Erika has said that she has about $20 million in assets, and those assets are not up for grabs because they are gifts. They were not community property between her and her husband. Her husband gifted her these fine jewelry, necklaces and diamonds and art pieces and designer bags and clothes over time. So she was gifted this over time, gifted, not community property. So she doesn't want to give it back to the victims in order to pay off these debts. She said, it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. What should I give it up for? I've asked so many of you guys, what do you think? And I normally don't give too much of my opinion on here, but a lot of fans, a lot of subscribers, I've heard this a couple of times, and don't rip off my head over this. I invite everyone to have an opinion. I've heard a couple of people say, why should she have to give up these items? You know, she may not have known any of this was happening. Well, at the end of the day, look at Bernie Madoff. his family lost everything because he was using stolen money to pay for all of these lavish items that his family was able to enjoy, that they were able to enjoy. So for Erika Girardi, if now she knows that the money that was being used to fund her lavish lifestyle and create this rich persona, if she's now aware but she wasn't, you would think that she would maybe be willing to give up half of her items to point out some of the assets to figure out a way to make it look like she was less involved than what everyone is sort of speculating or anticipating. So if she has this option now, why would you not come off of the goods? Why would you not hand over something and try to help out in the investigation? It makes no sense to me. It seems really selfish, to be fair. And I know at one point she said, I'm going to remember who was with me out of all of this, and I'm going to remember who was against me. Well, at this point, I really hope that she wasn't a part of any of it. I hope she doesn't end up going to jail. And I hope that she just had no knowledge of any of this until after she filed her divorce. I hope she's clean as a whistle. But if she's not, I don't think anybody cares if they're not with her. I mean, if you were doing this and there were innocent victims involved, people who were widows and orphans, people who lost tons of money, tens of millions of dollars, and you had any knowledge of it, nobody cares if you're on their side or not, because nobody's going to be on your side after this. Do you understand how this works? So we're going to remember all of this too. It's not just you, Erika, but wait, there's more. Let's move on. We all know who Ronald Richards is, and he's been tweeting about these cases so closely. Over 200 plus social media tweets where he's pointed out everything that's going on in the cases. He's pretty much breaking it down for us and letting us know what's going on like a play-by-play. Now, the trustees who were appointed, the two trustees, were trying to bring on Ronald Richards to investigate into Erika's financial records and try to figure out where money was moved and what exactly was going on behind the scenes. However, Erika tried to put a stop to this. She's pretty much saying that he's using his post as tabloid-like publicity in order to boost his name by putting her name out there. And she doesn't think that it's fair if he comes in and investigates her finances. She also says on what grounds? Well, if he actually is brought in by the court to investigate her finances and he watches the show and catches anything that might be off, and make sure that it gets seized, he can receive up to 45% of the value of those goods, whatever is actually seized. Now, he has made it clear on his social media, on his Twitter, that he will be watching the show and he will be dissecting all of the information in the show. And it seems like just 2-3 episodes in, we already have something that he's found. And he said this is not the first thing that he's found. There's many more to come, but this is the first thing that he's spoken out about it. And it's her health. Oof. Ronald Richards said that by Erika admitting that she uses antidepressants on the show, she actually waived her psychiatrist patient privilege. Okay, so what that means is because she came on and she voiced the fact that she was taking Lexapro and how Lexapro is an antidepressant that made her feel better, especially during coronavirus and the pandemic when she was trying to navigate what all of us were by staying home, losing jobs, being under this immense amount of pressure, and the whole world getting sick, she became depressed. She said, who am I if I'm not working? So she called her psychiatrist and her psychiatrist put her on Lexapro. That's not the problem here. And many of the fans are going to say, why is her medical records, why are they even important? Well, to Ronald Richards, this is why. He said when she talked about it for the first time on TV, now her medical documents are technically an open book to the court system. This could help out because who knows what she was signing, what she was participating in, what she wasn't participating in, and maybe the health records could benefit that. He again said that this is one of many observations that he made just from watching the first couple of episodes from the new season. And if that's the case, this just gets scarier and scarier for Erika Girardi. Now, of course, we know that Ronald Richards isn't the only one who is watching the show so closely in an attempt to gather information to help this investigation. I wasn't trying to rhyme that, but that's just how it happened. We know that Ronald Richards isn't the only one. There are other lawyers out there who are keeping such close tabs on Erika and what exactly is happening. Now, the biggest question here is Ronald Richards was teasing that this was one observation of many, and he's going to start rolling them out. What else did he catch that maybe we don't know about? Do you guys have any guesses? Is there anything that maybe tips the top of your head? Could it be the jewelry? What is it? I put a poll in my community tab. If you haven't already, go take the poll, but also comment below and let me know. I'm so curious. And if you guys haven't, before we go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.